Know if you're living, or you guessing you're living. That's right. I don't know. They don't sound bad. I don't know. I don't know. Still wondering, trying to figure out. Oh, that's nice. Y'all start sitting a little closer in. Just the two oddballs over there. Whole row open. Two oddballs. Yeah, two oddballs. They make them in the world. Everybody kind of come on in now. They got some visitors. Give them a hand clap. Ain't that right? Whole family. It's all right. Ain't it? It's all right. How y'all learn about us? YouTube? Ain't that right? Whole family came in. Ain't that right? That's all right. Two to be alive. Ain't that right? Oh, one here. All right. Man, we all right. Like you been sweating. You all right? You ain't been sweating? What that? You sweating? That's a knot. Somebody done hit you? Huh? Pull that Barry White voice on the wrong woman. Everybody don't like that Barry White. Ain't that right? I just signed a Kato Sarah, although that Ava. We will rise like yeast. I hear you. That them good virgin loans. I ain't got them now. I got all that street in my lawn. I might get about much as I get out of there. All that street. Now y'all in here, y'all good. Y'all ought to be walk right in the malkuth. All you gotta do is a munch, clean. Y'all remind me that time I was at that best part with that preacher. That boy fell right in there and started eating when he said, y'all jump in, he go here clean. I don't know how he figured out. Yeah, y'all clean. Don't worry about nothing. Like y'all. If you just a mind, you ain't really got to prepare for them just procrastinate. Ain't that right? Like y'all didn't get out there and get all dirtied up out there. So when they have to use those lights no more, they hurt us. I just feel naked, like the lights, like I'm missing some lights. So I need some more. I need some more lights up there or something down there. I don't need nothing else up there. They go over. Kadir, your eye finna come out. You go ahead. You can pull it out. Christian, know you can take your eye out. Christian! I don't want no stuff when y'all come down that eye. You know, for the eye. You know, preacher, you know he be real nice at home. Yeah, her dear eye come out. Ain't nobody. Says I want to know. Did you know she could take her eye out and put it back in? Well, you still don't know about it. You got to wait for her to tell you. Women always got that secret. My wife got about 70 teeth she can pull out and put back in. Don't let me how she got that many. Yeah, she old. She broke down bad. She came out bragging about she had a tooth pull out. I said, this is your age. Ain't nothing to brag about. It ain't coming back. Ain't that right? You on your way to the toothless society. Ain't that right? Ain't nothing to brag. You get a certain age, you start losing teeth. They get crucial then. You're a little kid, you take that stuff for granted. I think you don't lose teeth, what, 2 times? 1 time? 1 time. I'm thinking like death. As the point of the man wants to die. Ain't that right? I ain't scared. I lose mine. I'm going to get me some super glue. Ain't that right? Go and get started back up. Got to do what you got to do. Be around here trying to gnaw at no bread. Ain't that right? All right, what's up? Y'all alive? Yes, sir. Goodness, I don't know. That sound kind of mighty dead around here. Guess I got to come in and bring my own action too. Let y'all be sounding like that about the 3rd week of September, see what happens. I got something. Oh, no. I don't know all that noise. Now, look at that. No. That's amazing. Why the 3rd week of September these folks cut for all that noise? Y'all been out open y'all mouth. You better act like you still a mute. All right. Yes, I praise him. Well, before that, you can't praise him for that? Woo, buddy. That's a rough crowd right here. We try to get in and talk with y'all. Y'all see Putin took that old boy out already. They knew it was going to happen. That was his stupidity. He should have never flew out of there and came back. He left. He should have stayed away from over there. But you know what they do? Ain't no telling how that whole situation going to plan out. Well, you got to figure like these world leaders, all of them, they have to feel like they got to pull rank and try to show their chart. Probably the 3 most dangerous leaders in the world, 3 most top dangerous, going to be Russia, China, United States. Not necessarily in that order. They gonna maintain regardless. They gonna kill, take out, manipulate, destroy. These people destroy countries. They don't just destroy just individual life in their country, they destroy countries. I'm saying those people create the win. I mean, they wreck your economy. They put you in prison. They got some guy from Thailand, he just got doing 15 years. They brought him back. He got locked up to do 6 more. He was out there coming out 15 years. Oh, he got to do 6 years in Thailand now. All American do that. He was the president. That's how they do it. A lot of times people want these positions. These positions come with a whole lot of sacrifice. Because these people don't like for you to do right. You know, in the lower government, you can do so much, but now on that big end, you get in there, it's too many. I'm talking about you dealing with world economies. I mean, even our Senate in our country, y'all remember, they vote on whether or not we're going to loan countries money. You know how powerful that is? You make the decision whether we're going to okay so many hundreds of millions or billions of dollars allocated to a country, which means this is a very dangerous situation. Y'all saw they locked up the former New York chief of police in New York and that gigolo stuff. He done got caught up in a sting too, picking up. Ex-chief of police done got caught up in a child sting trying to pick up young kids from New York. That's ain't their first time. They done locked them up already from drugs and having a hooker in the back seat, beating somebody up. I don't know how they just keep going. Let them out of jail, still have all their credentials. I tell you, it's a terrible place. It's terrible. Again, I stress the importance of why every race needs to. I think every race needs a nuclear arm. That way you'll stop all this bluffing. Everybody leave each other alone. Everybody, I mean, people on the street need a nuclear bomb. I mean, they ain't gonna, you shoot yours, I'm shoot mine too. Everybody leave each other alone. We just need to do something so everybody leave each other alone. It's just a terrible place. Some of the stuff, it's just terrible. People less like, you think about, man, it's gonna kill everybody you got. A lot of times people leave each other alone. They do a lot of bluff in China. One thing, make no mistake, rich people ain't ready to die. A poor man ain't got nothing to lose. I would not give a homeless man no nuclear bomb. Everybody blowed up. Soon as you sit up there, you don't buy one no water, you don't let them clean your windshield. That whole expressway gone. Do not give them to homeless people. Homeless people do not need nuclear bombs. They need people with got something to lose. So world leader, Putin ain't gonna kill nobody. That man sent people to the moon. You ain't trying to kill nobody. If you ready to blow the world, you know when you shoot the world gonna end. Why am I trying to do a moon explosion? Makes no sense. Don't believe it. These people not ready to die. They ready to put other people's lives out there. What they did do is strap all these world leaders up and put them out there and let all them fight each other. Kim Jong fat, and there Sleepy Joe. Put all of them in there and let them kill each other. And all the citizens from every country around and tell you, if you run that ring, we killing you. You better win. That's it. You don't put everybody else's life and put them in there. And I get all them some fingernail clipper. And I want close action. I want to shoot nobody. Now get in there close, give them fingernail clipper. And one of them little, what they call the little emery bullet. I want to see what they know. Ain't that right? Whatever they got, I mean, you got to try to save yourself. Well, I want to give them something they got to put hands on. They don't need to do nothing. Tie Putin legs and little hands up so they can't do that judo. I want you to get in and fight like a nigga. Fight for your life. That's what we need. I'm telling you, we can kill all this stuff. People can have money. People can live. Listen, there's no reason for no country to starve. There's too many buffets around the world. It makes no sense to have homeless people starving. And how you pass a law you can't give people food you can throw in the trash? Who makes up stupid stuff like that? By law, I gotta throw this good, clean food that's unate in the trash. I can't give it to you. Who's that dumb? Who comes up with it? Who has time to starve people? Now, you take somebody's dignity. I'd rather you reach in the trash can to get it. See, stuff like that, you shouldn't have people in office. If you got time to vote on something like that, you too stupid for the job. That's a conversation. Why are we even talking about that? If they want to give it to them, you're finna throw it away anyway. I tell you what I do. I just hang outside, folks, just park right up by that bed door. I'll block it in. You ain't going nowhere. What y'all doing? Put them lamb chops in the seat. That's it. Ain't going no trash. Make me look like no. Right. Make me like no mutt. I block that door. Put it in the car. You know what the law is. All that throwing away. You don't cook too much food. Isn't that right? Why we can't do people better than we do people? It's stuff that hurts your heart, man. You see some of the stuff we do. Who comes up with these stupid laws? If I just tell you, listen, really, don't vote for any people for no president. Vote for me. I'll fix it. But I'm going to tell you now, I got to have my own weapons. I got to have my own people. I go get some folk back from the hood we to be back down. I know what they'll do. These other folk, I don't know what they're going to do. Let me get my, they old now though. But some of that crazy stuff got to be in their kids. Let me get their kids. I want to pick out my own people. Where Rod at? All that shaking right there say, yeah, something wrong with him for sure. I need to get me my, who I need to pick? Lancaster. Somebody try to run up on the side, man, run. Lancaster do that right there, trip him up. Man. Come with his own kickstand, and then right, his own weapon. And then I'll get you to drive me, Janae. Isn't that right? I know ain't no way them folks keep up with us. The way you drive, you and your sister, one drive me the first way. Oh, we'll have a gun in y'all head. I know you're gonna wreck. If y'all can drive like that and don't wreck, you got a job. There's no way nobody can keep up with them. Isn't that right? We'll know exactly who is who. I'm gonna get you too, Ernie, because you're a serial killer. They'll never suspect it. They don't know how many bodies burn. Y'all be playing. I told the guy, I said, oh, Ernie got plenty of bodies. I said, Ernie, how many bodies you got? He said, who said I got some bodies? I said, that's that serial killer talk right now. The man probably said, no, I ain't killed nobody. He's like, what's the point? Why? Them real deep serial killers, they can answer questions like that. There's some people like that get their killed. I let you talk on the devil with your rationality. They'll be like, they may got the other group, and then Robert, I'm gonna get you too, because you're a racist. You're taller, yeah. Robert, tell him, why don't you get back over that wall, trumper, isn't that right? So Robert, I'm gonna hire you too. When I don't like, I said, Robert, take care of them fuckers. And Desh, I'm gonna let you write all the songs when I leave. So y'all stay right here and let Desh sing to him. You didn't know about the bin. Ain't that right? So Jessica, get you too. And Bobby. Bobby, you want to go to the moon? Where you want to go to? Mars? Jupiter? Oh, he's thinking. Probably Mars? Why you don't want to go to the moon? Why don't you just stay around in the little area? Why you want to go all the way to Mars? To Mars? He said the moon the best one to eat. Oh, we can land on the moon without a heat shield. But if you go to Mars, you need a heat shield. Mars. Every other planet has a thing where it heats up. What is it called? Let's just try to stay around here. Let's go to somewhere. Let's go somewhere where you can go to school in the morning. If you're trying to go to Mars, you're not going to be able to go to school in the morning. Then you're trying to go to sleep and get back. So let's go to the moon. That way you can get some rest and get back and go to school on time. He's thinking about it. Listen, don't let him watch no Star Trek. Nothing, yeah. Don't even go nowhere. That man done already checked the planet too hot. I don't know I don't believe nothing these people say. I don't believe them people went up there and landed no more. First of all, stuff that just don't make sense. And I was telling Justin about it too. He said, if they ain't went, that's okay, but I'm thinking they went. I don't believe these people. First of all, you look at the Shemash, the sun. This thing sits outside the planet, and it puts this much heat inside the planet, on the ground. So when I'm going up, it's only getting hotter. So I'm going up, and I get out here in this black space. A lot of this stuff just throws me. The moon, as they call it, is just a plate. It's just a plate that just shows you the light of the reflection of the Shemash. This light that is the reflection of the Shemash is beaming down here on the Orion, and you can see it on the ground, on the water, at nighttime when it's full. Yet you go ahead and you land on it, and the sun don't even burn you. I just got too many questions about this stuff. Then they got the backside. They told me it's a plate. Which story is it? They say it's really just a plate. It's a reflection. Can you land on a plate standing straight up in the air? These people got too much. I don't believe none of these people say. I don't believe none of these people say. You can believe these people. I don't believe. I saw the man there. Y'all seen he had the little cracker. He pushed the little thing, little syrup came out, went up, and then he flipped it over. I've seen all that stuff on TV too many times. I don't believe none of these people say. Don't believe these people. I don't believe it. Then all the pictures they got of spacecraft. None of them clear. Black, dark. But you can show me clear images of the moon. And you can't show me a simple space shuttle, a simple alien spacecraft that come in. Every one of them foggy, dingy, all blurry. But yet you show me the moon, it's clear. You can pull planets with all this. As much as they coming and going, you ain't got no clear pictures yet. Every time they come, they throw you off. This is stuff y'all don't consider. First of all these people have airspace. This thing is landing in somebody's airspace every time they come here. Do y'all know how many people are launching planes in the air after this thing? And nobody ain't caught it. Now, they're going to tell you they got it somewhere. I don't believe none of these people say. Them things on the street. A couple of them in this room. Some of them watch the live streaming. Oh, I know that. It's some of y'all, it's nowhere where you from here. It's some stuff. I said, they're not from here. I'm not going to believe it. These aliens have came down and invaded and got in people's bodies. Because some of the stuff they be doing, and you said, they're not from here. I'm from Earth. I don't think like that. How many of y'all want to just go and admit you're not from this planet? That's tight. That's tight. It's some of y'all that's not from here. Kerry. How you know you're from Kerry? You were born at Greater Hospital, then he was born in the cab, then he was born in the apartment. There's too many different places to be born at, Kerry. Who else? Ray? Ray, do you think he was a spider? I'm just asking. He's the LA Spider-Man. You're not from this planet, Ray. Well, Ernie, you remember you used to live with that guy that had that Christopher Reeve wheelchair and to blow that straw? Man, man, Ernie said that man was a quadriplegic with a straw. Ernie woke up, he fell asleep, said he came home, he was tired, all his clothes, and he woke up, all his clothes were put up and hanging up, and he had in pajama. And the quadriplegic just sitting, he just blew. Who does this? How does a quadriplegic take out somebody's clothes and put on their pajama too? There's a lot going on. These are some strange stories. Then the quadriplegic had a van. He'd go down 17 flight of steps and go drive his van and burn rubber. A quadriplegic. I'm still trying to make this out. He said had a straw, you blow it and crank the car and put it in gear. So that's a lot of stuff that's going on right here. It's a lot of questions. So I'm just looking. It's a lot. Bobby, is it possible you're not from this planet? Do you feel like you're from another planet sometime, Bobby? What planet you feel like you're from? Ask your mom what planet? What planet? From Earth? No, not Earth. There's some more planets out here. We'll look it up for you and get back with y'all now. There's a lot going on. Anybody else in here probably from another planet? Chris? Man, 100% white. I know white people on Earth, they white. Oh, I know some of the other planets you could be white and you could be a different color. What color typically, I'm just curious about, what color typically are white people? Oh, sorry, white is not a color. What is white? It's the void of color? Oh, okay. The void of color. Interesting. I think I'm going to say it's a state of mind, a state of being or something. It is. It's not a color. It's all that, too. Yeah, that's that stuff right there. People from other planets usually think like that, too. Yeah, it's good to know. It's just good to know what people have. I just tell everybody, with everything going, I just sent a thing, I think it was on Twitter. They were showing, y'all seen Saudi Arabia? How that wind came up on the storm? Y'all seen it came out of nowhere? Oh, in Mecca. Oh, yeah, it's a mess. You seen it? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's hitting them pretty hard over there. Out of nowhere, they got wind, rain. I'm talking about it's slamming them. They blame Mecca, that's the capital. That's what they said. Muhammad, they tried to say, well, Gabriel, they say he appeared to him in sports. I don't believe it. They tried to sell that story to the Abari people years ago. That was the whole discard between Islam and the Abari religion. We went by their religion. Nobody believed this story. Nobody believed this story but the people that followed him. Nobody believed this story. He didn't even write the Quran. Aisha wrote it. So, I mean, it's just so many things you start looking at. He gave it to him, but Aisha wrote it. So it's like, okay, that's what you feel good saying. I mean, people got to believe something today. This is something I tell people. I mean, this means. If it's a place that's sacred to him and he destroys it, I have to ask myself concerning him and concerning me, my position. This is the place that you said established that's supposed to be Kudash, separated. And when he he tore up Jerusalem before, so this is not, but when he tore up Jerusalem, we understood why. We knew it was because that's how he wanted us out of his sight. He was angry with us. With all these religions, I'm just curious. I never hear these people gather these people saying, we need to sit down and we need to talk. We need to reassess. Because who your creator is that you choose, when he's destroying you, nothing tells you need to reassess how you serving him or something's not right, or is it him? I don't get it. I mean, I came to make changes because I saw the way I was living wasn't working out. That's the common sense I had with no sense. I knew this made no sense to keep going their way. It's not working out. I could not imagine stuff coming out of nowhere, ripping up places that's supposed to be sacred. And I'm not questioning nothing I'm doing. Has he turned away his favor from this place? Is it the people? I mean, it's a lot of things. I don't hear any of these religious people asking it. Like, this man, how many churches getting burned up and this stuff? No one asking questions on, let's get these people together. We need to talk. Where are we? He's destroying, he's vexing us. He's flooding us out. What are people doing? You just keep going to church? I don't get that. It's stuff going on. I got y'all, you got to pray in the morning. I say, and we ain't even getting hit. But I'm still, because I'm looking at everything going on, it doesn't make sense for people not to assess what you're doing. I just don't get how imams, how none of the religious leaders, nobody pulling these people saying, oh, stop for a second. What are we doing? The man who we say control everything has turned on us. I don't get it. It throws me. It's like, am I a fool? Am I a fool for thinking this? I'm going to get back up. The man washes out 300-some thousand people washed out through that whole, with those Hindu people. 300-some thousand people. And I'm not going to look at what I'm in. I'm not going to question him, what I'm in, what we're doing. Are we doing it correctly? There are a lot of questions I would have to go through and look at. Where am I at? What did you say? How did we get to this point? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Our religion teaches us that from the word, that we look. In the day of adversity, what he told us to do? No, he said keep playing. Why would he tell me to consider? He's telling me if something's not going right, you need to be looking at what you're doing. Because this could very well be an issue. I'm trying to vex you. I'm trying to get your attention. I'm trying to turn you. I am against you. I never hear none of the religions say that. Everybody just keep moving. We will rebuild it. We're going to rebuild it. Well, who tore it up? That's right. Ask these people, who tore it up? So if he tore it up, why are you going to rebuild it? Did he tell you to rebuild it? See, all these things were different for us. When we came back to rebuild, we sought counsel. We couldn't just go build. We had to seek counsel. These people we'll rebuild, we'll come back. He said, you rebuild it. He said, you can build. He said, I'm going to throw it down. I don't get how our Alahym can tell us this. We know if he vexes us, why he vexing us. Yet these people just keep going like, it's no big deal. They cry, or they call or cry to their God, then they keep moving. Nobody stopped. Nobody saying, listen, we need to repent. We need to look at this stuff. These people, Ukraine, all this going on, you getting blowed up all around, and these people still going to church. Somebody need to be asking questions. How did we get here? How did we get here? I asked this, I want to know, are you considering? Do y'all know I have to consider every day? Even I'm considering when something's not happening. Because I know how long can it be before something happens here? Do y'all know, man, they got flood coming for Texas. They got flood out on the West Coast coming in. This man is destroying this place. The fires, it ain't just here, Spain, Greece. Y'all haven't seen all these fires. Canada's not the only one burning. This man destroying that place, and all these people keep doing it, looking at it, talking about going to war. Or keep along ready to fight, or keep along for white people. Because somebody said, well, we don't want white rule no more. We will come in, we will fight you, my brother. Like, are you a retard? That's right. What is your fight? The people not being starved, the people not complaining, that's their choice. Right. No one can come to America and change America. Right. Nobody can go to China and change. How you going to go to keep on the change? That's what they want. If nothing else, they can say, listen, hand over the president for his safety. I can agree with that. Get them the president, but the people have spoken. If the military and the police, if the people not, typically you find who? The military clashing with the people. We saw none of these videos. All we see is thousands and thousands of people coming to the ground saying, we will help fight. Saying that, listen, they say you come in here, it's going to be a bloodbath. So to go in now, everyone going there need to be charged with genocide. Everybody going there need to go to prison. The people not complaining. The people didn't ask you to come. You can't, listen, people that not dark human, it's going to be one person. It ain't your place to police the whole world, especially when you can't police yourself. I mean, I can't say no. You can't even fix your January the 6th problem. Right. How you gonna go the same stuff you gonna go get them for? Trump did to him. Y'all can't, you know, when these people, this is crazy. Y'all need to start other people. Y'all can't handle your own business. White people not together. Black people not together. Hispanic people not together. Asian, none of us are together. We in no position to go mess with nobody else. You got everybody here and none of us together. And you're gonna go and tell everybody how they need to do. You need to let your homosexuals that you let loose here are molesting our kids. Right. They're reading them homosexual books. Right. Everybody you trying to force on other people, your stuff not working here for us. But this is the sad world we live in. And all we gotta do, I mean, well, we ain't gonna do it, so I ain't talking about that. I just, you know, it ain't, like I told you, it ain't even about hating white people, hating nobody. I'm more angry with us. I'm more angry with white people, black people, they call them, whatever. I'm using just the phrase. I don't subscribe to the titling. Asian people, Hispanic people, every race I'm upset with all of them. For the fact we allow these people to do this stuff, and we know they're doing it. We allow people to sit in leadership, make a fool out of us. While we the people who starve, we're the people that jobless, we're the people who can't afford mortgages, who gonna be put outside, we're the people with the cutoff notices. We're the people who will repossession and foreclosure. Not one of these people sitting in the office. Go tell them, pull one of these senators, one of these congressmen, pull one of these vice president, one of these secretary generals, or find one of them that's in foreclosure. Go find one of them with a cutoff notice. These people making millions of dollars off of us. These people went and took $100,000 job that make millions. These people walking out with $100 million. They'd have never seen that in a lifetime on a job. $150 million, $1 billion. These people are filthy rich, and you're starving, you're breaking. Your kids are hurting, the education system hurt. None of these people, kids go to our schools. Right. Here in Rockdale County, we're gonna be attacking the school issues too. Right. Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing it. I remember y'all, we're gonna be on board. Listen, I'm leading a coalition. Our kids, we gotta get something better down here. It make no sense about, and I just looked up, I had one of them to look up something. We were looking at building a house in Covington. Down there. Oh yeah, he remember we was on the phone talking about that. It's so piss poor, they got the lowest percentage of people to go to college. Newton County. They had the lowest percentage. Yeah, we was on the phone just looking at the averages. All these schools, they failing us. And you know, they say, and this is what happened. White people, they try to move, they ain't moving up, they looking for the piss poor system. We sat back and let it happen. Don't get mad at white people because they don't want their kid to be dumb. Right. You just want a pretty house. Right. They looking at, I don't want my kid to be no dummy. My kid gonna be a dummy, my kid gonna wind up being on the street. Yeah. White or not, it's white people homeless too. Right. We've sat back and we played and our kids are hurting. They looked it up today. They have one of the poorest averages of kids going to college. So everybody keep running to school right now. We need to fix the problem where we at. Right. I got to sell my house and move all the way across and run up to no Cobb County to do now. We fix it right here. They got a superintendent. It's time you get ready to pack your bags and bounce. Nick, you decide every time for you to bounce. Isn't that right? It's time for these folks to bounce. It's time to get them out of here. You know, our kids not going to sit here and going to be the project of your foolishness. All these counties, Newton County too, we're taking all these school counties. That don't make sense. Why you got to keep moving everywhere to move your kid to a school when you get down another piss poor? Most of these superintendents are like CEOs of companies. They fail everywhere they go. If they were doing any good, they'll stay where they were. They wear their welcome out. They get there, stay too long, too much money get missing, and stuff catch up with them. Yeah, I got an offer to go somewhere. And they run, and it's easy to do what they're doing. Most of these people not bright, okay? I only have to look, I already know what they do. They always go to piss poor school. They can't go to high achieving system. I'm gonna tell you why, because it's gonna show. as soon as grades drop, they always run somewhere piss poor. So if you get just a smidgen change, your bonus is gonna be $100,000, $200,000. Notice where they go. Not one of them will take a job at a performing school system. Take this one, say, come up to Cobb County and see if he'll tell them, yeah, I'm down here. Because you know what they're gonna be on that behind. They're gonna watch it. It's one grade drop. One kid get out, one lunch don't get served. You out the door. Us, we too dumb. Oh, we black folk don't get a chance. I don't care about your color, I care about the word. I done seen that. We done seen that too many times. Our people hurt us. They start looking at, man, especially when you know what kind of condition our kids in. That means we're gonna hold you to a higher standard. You look like us, why would you let these kids fail? Well, don't worry about it. You'll learn my name, it won't be long. If he don't know it, he'll learn it, because we're gonna call a problem on him. That school board, get ready. Want to see everybody, it's time to get a whole new board. And you can't, listen, you can't help our kids, we don't need you. I heard there's 3 good ones on that standing for the people. If 4 not let them do what they want, y'all might well get ready, we coming for you. And listen, this is our kids. We don't need our kids giving no passing grade. We need you to educate our kids. We can give them a grade. I don't need you to give my kid no grade. I need you to educate my kid. And you can't run a system to do that. It's time for you to go. Isn't that right? I don't just sit here and let them go. We ain't got time for no fools like that. And one thing they do, they need to start put your foot down in these schools. Ain't no student cutting no fool doing that. Listen, I ain't talking to you 2 times. Come on, it's time for you to go. Listen, you put them on the street. I'd rather put 1 on the street than 28 sitting here and learn nothing. I ain't got time for them. This one need to be given back to the home. When I tell you about your kid, you kick your kid behind. Your kid not finna call 28 kids to fail because somebody want to sit here and pansy around with them. In the story. Tell the folks, listen, take them to the room and say, handle your kid. In the story, get your kid. Your kid holding 28 back other kids from learning. Handle your kid. And they're moving him out of him. Now you can't handle it, we can't use them. And I'm moving on what, listen, get what them parents gonna realize now. I know what I gotta do. These folks can't call me no more. I'm trying to tell you, they ain't calling me no more. Now you gotta move and jump and move your house. Man, I'm not moving my kid from no one substitute to them. That's retarded. You can't make it here. Wait, I'm gonna put you somewhere. How long the other school gonna put up with you? It's in your paperwork. It's already, Tony Smith was kicked out of this school, couldn't do nothing with it, bring a knife to school. What they finna say? Well, we'll give him 15 chances, but we don't even need him over here. You lost your privilege when you couldn't make it in a school system. I don't need you over here. That's so everybody put their foot down. What we finna do with you? You ain't gonna do but hold up these kids. We don't need you. That's time we throwing away our kid, homeschool them. That's right. We heard too many other kids are suffering. We need to get this one. These boys need to come to school. They need to wear a uniform. These girls too. In that uniform, get all that joint stuff. Get you some Knickerbocker. What them shoes were, them shiny. Get them. Yeah. You on a job. You on a real job. You can't wear that stuff in no warehouse. You got no money. Ain't no wear no warehouse no joint. You don't need them now. These kids don't need no $200-300 shoe to get your head busted at no bus stop. Get you some pant leather shoes. Come on to school. I'll get you some of them nurse shoes, them old nurse shoes with that thick rubber on the bottom. Nigga steal that, let him have it. He ain't going far. Ain't nobody gonna shoot you for them shoes. Here you go, you couldn't give them to him. Yeah, that way these kids need to focus so they can learn. It's too much pressure. Kid got no phone, no at the door. Listen, I bet the door, no phone through the metal detector for that. I'm kidding phone. What your kid need a phone for? Who they gonna call? All the call we make, go to the office. Who need to call? Go to the office where you sit right there by the secretary. You ask for the phone, they sitting there looking at you. You ain't got long either. My mom now, they said, well, you go back to your class then. You ain't finna stay here all day. Y'all don't remember that? You wanted you the phone, you had to go to the office. And it's sitting right there with the secretary. Who you need to call? All your friends in school. Anybody that you know ain't in school, they a criminal. Who you gonna be calling? Hey, my mom with my kid would have called my man. Hey, Daddy, what you doing? Finna come up here and break your neck? What you doing? You supposed to be in class. Oh, yeah, I'm chilling. The teacher got her back turned. Well, mine ain't turned. I'm up there to break your back. What kind of food is this? I've never seen so much stupid stuff in my life. I know y'all will break down to them. Y'all, they need a phone. They got to look popular. Then all your kid got to do, get 1 penis, 1 butt cheek, 1 tit. Your child can get charged with child pornography. Y'all know all they got to do. It can be theirs. Child pornography. That's a felony. Why you don't give your kids something to get them locked up? Kids not smart enough. Some decisions you don't let kids make. I ain't gonna take no chance you smart enough. You're not smart enough, and I don't have no money to spend to get you out of jail for stupid stuff. So you don't need no phone. Go to the office, dial child pornography on their phone. And they had them rotary phones. And you can put it up on there, you good. Want to do social media on a, get your, you know what I do? I'm gonna make a rotary phone and the kid hanging on their side. You get it wrong, you gotta mash it, just start back up. Once you stick your finger in there and do that wrong, you can't come back from that one. Well, how many of y'all, some of y'all didn't even grow up on the rotary. Did y'all grow up on the rotary phone? Man, it take 20 minutes to call somebody. Man, you gotta spin that thing around, let it come back all the way back, stick your finger in there, hit that little metal and come back around. That's it. You get through doing that, man, you ain't got time to do no jacking like your finger hurt. They get these folks too much room now. You gotta give them something. You ain't got time to have no set. You get through on no rotary phone. I'm trying to tell you now. Then you gotta step your game up. Now they do that. Everybody texting, they ain't real. They too stupid. Go on a date, they send crowd to tell you, what you doing? Nothing. What you gonna order? I don't know what you get. But like, put the blinking phone down and talk. Kid, they ain't got no skill. They ain't got no game. How many of y'all young boys admit y'all ain't got no talk? How many of y'all know y'all ain't got no talk for no young lady? That's bad. That's a lot of y'all ain't. Let's say I help y'all. See, you walk up to her, you try to walk up and get that phone. Someone tell me, nah, that's too much for y'all. Don't worry about it. You gotta be somewhere. Come, let me see for me. That's how you look. Come on, let me see how you look. A lot of gonna do it how you look. Come on, a lot. Pants too high around their waist, jacket kicked back. You know what I'm saying? Glasses fogged up. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Take your time. That's it. It ain't for everybody. It's like, hey, if you ain't getting what we spend, it ain't made for you. No, it's gonna take some time. Once you come out and listen, when your pants right over your navel, don't even try it. Ain't that right? Whatever you do. No. Look at that. Listen. Y'all just take your time. Just focus right now. Listen, that folks don't get saved right now. Just it takes a time. So that's a different audience now. I don't know now. I don't know. But the young girl now, they probably ain't looking for nothing. Maya, let me ask you something. You'll help me out. I'm just curious. You'll help me out, Maya. Come on, sweetie. Help me out. I'm asking a question. It's not about I want to ask a question. Come on. Dan, it's oh goodness. No, Maya, know we don't like each other. It's just for you know, they're just for the camera, right? We're sworn enemies, correct? No, sir. Yes, we are. What you talking about, Maya? You know that. You and your friend Gab, y'all know we don't get along. So I'm just curious. Are you serious? Go put a check on that boy. My brother just called, talking about too many folk be waving up here. I'm like, he told me, he said, it'd be a lot of folk waving on it. He said he'd be watching. He said, I'm just saying, a lot of folk be waving at their camera. But then while you do, you think about it. So Maya, let me ask something. Today, now what you're in the 10th grade, right? Yeah. Today, what typically would a young girl, if you could speak on behalf of them, what is typically they look for that you would say, that you notice from a young boy? A young man, what would you think? What would you say?
The people that I talk to, they like guys who have nice hair.
See that, Smitty? I go back to school, I'm gone. She said they like guys with nice hair. I ain't got but 2 more payments. The doctor says it's all mine. They knocked on the door. I showed them the paperwork. I said I paid. They said, you good. 2 more payments. Go ahead. Nice. They like them with nice hair. What would you say?
And they have like a little bit of style.
A sense of style. Come on, let me see again, Ian. I'm just curious. Don't try to pull them down. What? No, don't try to pull them down. I'm just curious. No, you're good. No, listen, I didn't do this, but I'm just curious. What, like, this could be considered like, they might say, because he matched, I mean, would they say, okay, that's style, or whatever? Okay, you know, okay. We're going back, I ain't know, just checking. So it's like a sense of style, nice hair. Does it matter if he got some in his head, like a brain? Do they talk like that? Do they say maybe like they're looking for a young man or something? You want to know a dummy? Some of them. So you got good hair and you dress nice, you can be a diamond getter now. Most of them don't care. It's bad. I'm just curious. Do the green eyes matter anymore? I'm finna get mine put back in. I didn't know. I used to have green eyes. I told Tim he a weak. Mine, I used to have the light. He got everybody. That fit him, but mine at night. I been home. I just be like, I just scan the wall. It just be up on the wall like that, like hologram. But can you do that at nighttime? Do hologram? That's what he got. Look, bro, them your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Who they do. So what else you can tell him? What did they look for with him? So nice hair, dress. He really ain't got to have a brain.
Some of them don't care.
Some of them don't care.
Others.
Otherwise, you care.
I care.
You better. That's right. You care if you have a brain, ain't that right? And he got to be trying to seek the Ra Shyth.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm making sure. Okay. Thank you, Maya. I appreciate it. Get another check, too. But I saw how she walked out. She thinks she all that. Get another. Can't y'all tell she thinks she all that, Danny? Thank you. Can y'all tell she thinks she all that? You can tell them? Alyssa, whose side you on? On my side? Well, Maya thinks she all that. Thank you, Maya. We appreciate your help. Again, sworn enemies. Listen, come here. Nothing shall ever make us be friends. Remember that, okay? See, now you're going to be gone. Maya, please. Oh, I'm going to be sick. Oh, I'm going to be sick. Smitty, go get my barf bag out the car. Ooh, that hurt. But no, I'm just telling y'all, see, a lot of y'all need to look at that. So what they'll do now, these young men now, they'll look at having their hair combed. We were coming along, they really weren't looking for a whole lot of brains either. That is true now. A lot of these young daughters, y'all had to look at it. Y'all could beat them out. Let me tell you, a dummy ain't gonna go but so far. That stuff work good in school because they're on their parent dime. This is what'll hurt you later. When you get out of school, you'll look at how many of those guys can't keep that image up because when you're on your parents' money, they're buying the clothes and paying for haircut. When you get off their money, they're not paying for clothes and haircut. You're a dummy. And a dummy can't get money for being a dummy. You gotta go to work. And your intelligence level makes a difference on how much you get paid. So once they start seeing your hair knotted, nappy, your teeth yellow and brown and green, looking like something you got a Lucky Charms, and looking at all the other stuff you got there, like you put some Fruity Pebbles and some Lucky Charms in your mouth, then it ain't gonna work. You gotta have something in your head. And I be trying to teach y'all young boy that. That stuff will play out. Don't be worried about it. I seen them guys in school, all that, but yeah, that stuff don't last long. You got here in the real world, folks gonna be looking for brain. Listen, these girls gonna need to go to the bathroom. You gotta put some of that more than an acorn. They gonna wanna make that, y'all say that soft syrup, that's when you put some of that belly. Ain't that right? Them women got that, they gonna want something with some intelligence. And then you gotta be a decision maker. Isn't that right? You gotta show you got some understanding about some things. You gonna make it out here and keep going now. I'm gonna help y'all out. All right, we're gonna look at this. This is Romans 15. I'm trying to get y'all finished. So I'm saying Ra Shyth the little children when I'm up here when I get through. So that way y'all already know I already have them. How many of y'all know I have y'all? Stop it. You don't know nothing until I tell you. Everything. Remember this, every day things change.
Yes, sir.
How many of y'all young kids feel like Ra Shyth have y'all? Did I tell y'all that? Today, Adam, you know me, you don't get along for nothing. Me, you, Joseph, and Alice is Tupac and Biggie. Y'all big on Tupac. Every time you say it's on, call the cops when you see Tony pop. Y'all hear me? Y'all about to feel the wrath of a menacing nigga. Isn't that right? John, what you think about the people in California that playing out there in the rain doing while it was flood? So smart, huh? You ain't saying, oh, they had them on. Oh, man, they were so intelligent. While it was raining, flooding, you ain't see them out there dancing with garbage bags on and doing flips out there in the flood? And what they doing? Jet skis out in the flood. That's normal. He don't know that normal for California. Listen, I've seen it. I've seen everybody on the earth. It's hard to beat the intelligence of the South. Hard to beat it. It's a plain way, but it makes a lot of sense when you sit down and look at it. See, the high fast way looks good, but when everything started crumbling and falling, you can see they're not that bright. When last time you seen a big old giant crane fall off that building downtown or in the South down here? Only in New York, they still walking. Some here looking, you see a crane dropping. So how they here still here looking? Loom, loom, loom. We not there. That's why we don't build that high. We build high enough if it fall, you can still go to work in the morning. They build too high, the rats too big, the cost of living too high, the place is too shabby. She'll tell you a really nice place, a really nice 2-bedroom apartment, nice. What am I looking at a month in New York? For what you know? 3,600, really nice. No rats. She said, now I done stuck myself. I went too far when I put that in there. She said, rats everywhere. But they don't show them on TV, though. You know what they do? They put hats on the rat, make them look like people. That's how they fool you, though. The rats look like people. You just don't know. You're like, look at that dude walking down that coat. That's not a dude. They got rats the size of cats up in the place. Listen, let me tell you something. It's hard to beat this up. We got nice human-sized rats. Where the rat's scared of you. And you know the roaches they ain't that smart. Y'all got the big long roaches. Yeah. That roach got a knife. It's one thing, roaching, you have to wait for stuff. When a roach got a knife and start cutting open your bags and stuff like that, and using your can opener, it's time to go. Especially when they can pop a bill. I'm talking to count, I'm talking with their hand. This stuff serious, listen. Stuff serious. When you get out here, people say they want, when you weigh it all together though, the South versus the North, the North and going out west, you do better down here in the South. We got our little heat and stuff like that. We got some of the best fruit you want to eat on the earth. Muscadine. Watermelon. What's the mango? Hold on. Florida. He's talking Florida. That's a whole nother, that's an island. He don't know no better. Where else in the South you get mango from? Where in the South, big man? Florida. Come on, big man, I'm getting to take it. Big man, we just finished. You can't keep saying Florida, Florida. When do folks say, man, I'm gonna go down south so I can get me some mangoes? No, if they say South, they say America. They don't say South, go down to Florida. Nobody goes all the way to Florida for no mangoes. Florida really considered like an island down there because it's surrounded with water. But Carrie, we're gonna work. Carrie, hold on for a minute. I just thought about something, Carrie. Hold on for a bit, big man. Where you from, big man? Atlanta, Georgia. Well, yeah, that's interesting. Because I've been here all my life. Don't know a bit, man. I've been here all my life. I'm telling you like that lady told Claude, I ain't never seen you before around here. I ain't seen you before. So how you got to Florida, big man? Then you used to live in Florida. You shipped down now.
They shipped me down.
They. Who is they? Your auntie.
It was a conspiracy.
It's conspiracy. And you got it from. Boston, it was a conspiracy, Boston, how you got to Florida? How you got down there? You were born down there. You going back down there, big man. Have a seat. Hold on, big man. We ain't finna ask any question. Now, you claim Atlanta, but you raised in Florida. You stayed in Florida. But you stayed in Florida. Then you stay in Florida one time.
2 years.
You gotta take that off, big man. You can't use all that. That time, something that don't count.
I was 10 years old when I went down there.
You were 10. Man, you were almost grown. You were half a grown. You can't count that on us, big man. How y'all gonna do the man? That's half a grown.
Listen, man, I endured Atlanta child.
Endured them time.
Missing the murder children.
You were kidnapped?
I went through that.
You were him.
I went through that.
I remember saying at 11 o'clock.
You gotta be in the house.
You watched the movie. Yeah. Carrie, you were. Hey, Smith, you remember seeing Carrie on the news or anything downtown?
Nah, I ain't say I was on.
No, but do you remember seeing Carrie downtown? She said she don't even remember seeing you, Carrie. Candy, you from Atlanta. You remember seeing Carrie. But Carrie, we remember a child, Ain't Smith, a child like downtown here. Keisha. Ain't Smith, you remember a child walking down here like, Keisha. Keisha, I'm telling you, Keisha. That's my mom right there.
The bar suit by the little boy, the suits in the bar. In Kelsey.
You know,
I came with both of them.
in Florida, because you know why they put them in box? Because we shipping to Florida, the people in Florida. We'll be checking. That's fine. We'll be looking. Go ahead. We'll be looking. How many of y'all this whole sign of suspect and you want to be saved? Look at all these folks. Why all these folks find a suspect? I mean, it's amazing. How are they thinking like Carrie? All they thinking this suspect? They in front of that tire. What about Lancaster? Start that mouth. What you gonna do about Malcolm? Why they not from Atlanta? They went to school in Atlanta. What high school you went to, Malcolm? You said you went to Moses Elementary? No, I didn't hear what he said. What did you say you went to where? Silver. Oh, talking about the mineral? Now that means they went to silver elementary, the mineral. No, because they were using that when they was shekels and stuff. Man, Cat, you remember saying that, man? Because you from Atlanta. Hold on, stop for a minute. Man, Cat, how many times we going to do this, Cat? You can't, you need to make up your mind where you from, Cat. All I hear, Atlanta. Now, you move here, you 10 years old. Half a grown, we can't count that. Really, you just got here, Lancaster. Most of your life. If you were 10, your life over with. Let me ask you a question. Did you believe in Santa Claus? At 10? That's what I'm saying. Your life over with. Once you stop believing in Santa Claus, did you believe in Santa Claus when you were 10? Thank you for your answer. It's always a reason. You want to. See what I'm saying? You grown. When you stop believing in Santa Claus, it be your little cousin. What y'all mean? They said, don't tell your little cousin, because you consider grown. You can be in there when grown folk talking about Christmas. Carrie, were you around in there when grown folk you talk about Christmas? Thank you for your answer. Now, yeah, you were. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, you were grown, baby, but you're not from here. Appreciate you coming visiting, though. You know, it's a lot of visitors out here, isn't that right? Now, Malcolm, you from him. Yeah, right. Malcolm came straight out the garden and came straight to Atlanta. Y'all all right? We learned a lot today. You just have to keep checking. There's a lot of information around here we don't know about. All right, this is Romans 15:4. We're using Beth HaMashiach. Listen.
For whatever Nikatab before,
whatever was written before,
Nikatab to Lamadas.
It was written to teach us, to show us, to instruct us. So
that through endurance,
going through without quitting,
and through the Nakum of the Ketuvim,
the comfort of the writings,
we might have Tikva.
That's our goal. To make sure we got this thing right. Let's look at Ephesians 1:1. Let's see where it's going. Ephesians 1:1. Let's see. Listen.
Shaul, a shalak of Yahushua HaMashiach.
See that? He told you who sent them. He said, I'm one of the sent ones of Yahushua HaMashiach, the anointed one.
By the will of Alahym.
By the will of Alahym.
To the Kadash ones.
Let's stop. Let's look what will is. Not Smith. We know what it is. Y'all think Chris Rock done got over that slap? He making money. He made money off. He slapped it. He paid him for it. Concert. Chris Rock a singer? They call comedy concert. I ain't never heard of that. Then you just agreed to it and you just took your head and said, no, I ain't never heard of it. Comedy concerts? Comedy show. I said they call them concert. Who saw Nita say? I said, I never heard that she said. That's smooth how she tell. You been called Anita. That's gonna be come on get that check. My brother called. Oh good. I said, I ain't never heard no comedy concert. Who? Never heard of it. Just so we be, it ain't me and my brother. You ain't believe my brother just called. Also, I had accidentally sent a picture. It wasn't me. Dudes had sent it. Y'all welcome. Also, my drawers didn't have no holes in them. Expressing the future tense. Expressing a strong intention or assertion about the future. Appreciate that. I let my brother know. Y'all got that? So expressing the future tense, when we talk about will, or expressing a strong intention or assertion about the future, okay? All right, let's go back. So we look at Shaul, a shalak of Yahushua, the Mashiach, by the will. What do we say will was? Assertion of future tense of Alahym to the Kadash ones.
Who are located at Ephesus and who are Amunah in the Mashiach Yahushua.
Mm-hmm. Listen.
concede to you and Shalom from Alahym Abi
Yes.
and our Adon Yahushua HaMashiach.
Mm-hmm.
Baraka be Alahym and Abi of our Adon Yahushua HaMashiach, who has Baraka us with every Ruachni Baraka in the Shamayim Malkum in the Mashiach.
Okay. 4.
Even as he chose us in him before the foundation of the Alahym, to be the Kodash ones and blameless before him in Ahab.
So now we want to look at that statement, since we're there. After all of the greetings that he sent us, entitling, expressing how he got to the point of who he was and the purpose. When you look at, we go back and look at everything he did. He gave greetings first, introduction. Then he gave us the greetings. And then he also allowed us to realize who gave him the permission to be able to go forth and, operate as he was, and how it was the will of the Abba concerning a future tense, okay? Something he wanted inserted, that he wanted done in the future. And now we can see why. Even as he chose us in him before, and then say choosing us, chose, so that's a past tense, before the foundation of the Alahym, and to be Kodash ones and blameless before him in Ahab, in affection. That's something, looking at it now, it makes sense when we come back to look at what we're seeing, concede. That was the only way for it to be purpose. So now when we look at that, it more or less comes along and vindicate the operation of concede, which is we call grace or favor. Something that we couldn't obtain, something given to you, something you couldn't work and you could obtain. That's the only way we could get it. Look at Ra Shyth 6:1. Based off of this, okay? And I don't have nothing written up, nothing made up. We come in here, we just let it go and let Mr. Yahuwah do what he does. The whole purpose is to get understanding. I don't know if y'all guys do, but after coming into the acknowledgement, like I've heard grace so many times, your grace and mercy. I never understood it to the effect, because as a Christian, people don't realize you don't appreciate it unless you understand the Torah. Ra Shyth. See, Christianity more or less starts you off with you're not under the law. His grace covered you and everything, but you never understood the premise of the law. You never understood the giving of it. You never understood the workings of it, the idea of the law. And they just more or less gave you something, then they gave you off the belief that it don't matter what you do, you're still saved, which hurt us. It hurt us. We could see where people could have had almost a smidgen of an understanding, because even with Yasharal had fallen from Khan. Yet he came back and he recovered him, because he told her, had Alahym cast away his arm, which he foreknew his people. He said, Alahym said no. But he got rid of them because of Qatar. So yet, when he cast them away, he came back and reclaimed them. But look at what you have to notice. Well, matter of fact, I'll show you something. Since we're talking now. We say, remember, this is 6:1. Listen, you know this. Ra Shyth, they'll call it Genesis. Listen.
Now it came about when the Adam began to multiply on the Pani of the Arad.
I'm gonna get after this. I'm gonna get Husha 1 and probably about 6. Let's see, probably 9. I'm gonna get it after I finish. Probably about 7 or 9. Somewhere in there working. Listen, he said, now it came to pass when Ish, the Adam,
began to multiply on the Pani of the Adumah, and Banuth were born to them. That the Bani of Alahym saw that the Banuth of Adam, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves from all those whom they chose.
So all of whom they chose.
Then Yahuwah said, my Ruach shall not strive with Adam alone.
So listen, pay attention to just something I'm thinking about. Listen what he tells us. Then Yahushua said, my Ruach shall not strive. Strive, I think, will go with struggle. Struggle with Ish or Adam forever, alone, in their
erring he is Basar.
See, he realized because he flesh. And
his Yamim shall be 120 Shanim.
So now he started cut man's time factor. Couple of things we look at, man's choices. When you look at one thing we find out he picked up with Ish, he told her before how Ish had gone and he had taken him wives. All
they chose.
Now, just looking at that, Shamshun chose somebody too.
That's right.
What did his Abba tell him?
Pick one of your own.
Is it not one among our own people that you go and you take one? In the 7th chapter of the book of Alahym, they call Deuteronomy, he also gave them a strictness on who to marry.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't marry these people. And now you can see why. Let's see again. Come on back down to 6 and 1. Excuse me. Now it came to pass when, see, you know what it didn't say? The sons of Adam, it's telling you about Adam, began to multiply on the piney of the Alahym, or rocks. What do you use, a rocks? Adamah, on the ground. And Banuth were born to them, that the Benim of Alahym saw that the Banuth of Ish, or Adam, that they were beautiful, and they took, what do you call wife? Nashim. Nashim can be women, wives, multiple, for themselves from all those whom they
chose.
Did Adam choose his Ish?
No.
His Isha? Alahym gave it to him.
That's right.
So you still, and then you can look at what he tells us after. Listen. Then Yahuwah said, the existing one, my Ruach shall not strive with Ish, with Adam, forever, alone in his earring. He is Basar, and his Yamim days shall be 120 years. So we start seeing just choices people have made. And you see where Yahshua made bad choices on marriage.
Yes, sir.
And you look, even when you look at Solomon, Nachum Yah came back in the 13th chapter of the book, and he even brought up about Solomon. He talked about how he was a great Shah among us, a ruler, and how he erred,
right,
and how he had took these,
right,
how he had took those women, or
right,
who he had told us not to take.
Right.
See, a lot of times when we look at our faltering and our defects, we go back to look at sometime how the I won't call it equipment, but how things were more or less constructed. That's what they'll do, just like Russia, using for instance, how the space shuttle crashed and these people died. Unfortunate about the people's lives. But you know what they'll go back and look at? Where were the defects? They'll go back and look at, we had a perfect takeoff. We did well up into every time they hit a milestone point, they grade themselves. And they look at everything, system still checked. Everything, you're gonna constantly keep doing this because you're trying to see at what time do things change from altitude. So you start looking, we blow up at 600 feet in the air, I'm sure we had a record from takeoff. So we start looking at what happened at this point. We're gonna grade, where did the system start giving us a miscalculation or error in it? So we'll start looking from this point to see where we can get down to the smallest point of looking at of the error, find out where the possible defect was or where we went wrong. And that's what we start looking at now when he saw Ish. He started looking at the longer man stay in, the worse he getting. Why would he cut the days? It's not hard to put together. Why did he cut the days? He said, I can see what these people just do what they want to do. The longer they get here, I have to cut their time short. I had to cut these people's time short, and I'm start looking. One of the errors that we picked up, and what's interesting, is an error that we've been told about giving yourselves over to these strange people. He told you should not give your benin, you should not give them to their banu, and don't give your banu to their benin. He said, lest the land, he's talking about how the Arats will become. We're looking at a situation right now where he's talking about the alarm based off of these people just marrying people. This stuff, you wouldn't pay attention to it. But let's start where we started at. According as he had chosen us in him. When was this?
From the foundation.
That we should do what? Be Kudash.
Kudash.
And in a hall. They're blameless. And in a hall. Now explain to me, he looking at him, I see a defect with man. He said, I see a defect with man. I can see a problem with man already. So the problem we got with man where he is now, he's already seen this. But guess what? The purpose still gonna stand. See, whether or not you do it or not, it's still gonna stand. See, remember we talked about will. Can we see the definition of will again? Will, expressing the future tense So imagine when Shaul told you, he's telling you after this was already stated, letting you know that he had purposed this before. Now, the thing you should look at, if that was his purpose, where is man now? He did some things to get us to perfection by coming in and making some corrective measures. So when I think about how Christianity looks at once saved, always saved, they kind of got, kind of like he did in the 10th chapter of the book of Romans. They have a zeal, but it's not according to knowledge. See, where people pick up and they say things, they kind of miss a couple of things. See, whenever he came along, he disinherited us for a reason, because at that point, that changed the relationship. Y'all got it? It changed the relationship. Let's see that. I told him to get me the book of Husha. The book of Husha, they call it Hosea. I told him, 1 and 6, maybe 1 and 9. Well, matter of fact, we'll do 1 and 4. That'll be fine. We'll work it. Husha. Husha will be deliverer, a savior. Well, I said 1 and 4. All right, listen.
And Yahuwah said to him, Kara, his Shem Yasharal, for yet a little while, and I shall visit the Beth of.
Hold on. Did something happen? Y'all in the book of Husha, Yahushua. I want Husha, they call Hosea. In the Bible, it's Shahid. All right, this is 1 and 4. Listen. We're going to 1 and 1, 1 and 4. Let's see. Listen.
And Yahuwah said to him, Kara his Shem Yezreel, for yet a little while, and I shall visit the Beth of Yahu, for the dam of Yezreel, and I shall put an end to the malkuth of the Beth of Yasharal.
So let's see what Yezreel means. Alahym will sow. That's the name of 2 places in Yasharal. Y'all see it? Yezreel, that's the same one. How many of y'all not familiar with that? They put Yezreel. If that's the same one, correct. Ahab wanted his land. So Ahab wanted his land. It was close to his Beth. And he wanted to buy it for a field to sow in it, to plant. He wouldn't give it to him. Jezebel told him how to get it. He killed him for it. Mm-hmm. He killed him for the land. He had a field. It was right near it, and Ahab was sick for it. He wanted it. He wouldn't sell it to him. And Jezebel convinced him on how to get it, kill him for it. And Yahuwah let you know, I'm going to come back and revenge for him. Amazing his name meant sow because he had a field. That's what he did. He would plant. And he wanted it because it was close to his bed, but he wouldn't give it up. He wound up killing it for him. He let him know, I'm going to come back. I'm going to avenge him. And who he's going to avenge this on? Who?
House of Yasharal.
And the reason why that's going to be important for you, Ahab was the malak over Yasharal. See, a lot of times you just read, you don't really pay attention. Everybody's name is symbolism to things.
That's right.
And he let him know, which means his name is soul. And he killed a man. Where a man typically go?
Ground.
Back to the ground, back to the Alahym.
Yes, sir.
He let him know it's coming back up. It's coming back up. Because now he done told you, in a little while, I'm going to come back, I'm going to avenge him. He killed him, he fell to the ground. That's what you do, you put him in the ground. At that point, become a seed, which means you're going to pay for it. You ain't going to believe it. You're going to reap what you sow.
That's right. That's right.
He killed a man. He going to reap it. He said, I'm going to avenge this back on Yasharal. He was the malak over Yasharal. Ahab had 70 sons. Yahu is the one that killed him, every one of them. He the one set up the party for Baal.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they go and say, man, we looking to have a ball. You can have you want to, but I get with Yahweh, we gonna come, we gonna shut your ball down. You know right? Y'all got it? Doesn't make sense. I just want to look it up because it's time out for just reading and just running. Let's try to get some kind of information to kind of have an understanding of why.
That's right.
It makes sense. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna avenge it on Yasharal. Come on, listen.
And it shall be in that Yom I shall break the bow of Yasharal in the valley of Yezreel.
Yeah. Come on.
Then she conceived again and bore a Bath.
Oh,
and
you were reading. I was trying to see where you was out. Like, I missed all that. But you already quoted it. Go ahead. Then she conceived again.
And bore a Bath. And Yahuwah said to him, Kara Hashem, lo Rakmah, for I shall not again have compassion on the Beth of Yasharal still, but I would completely take them away.
Rakam, no Rakam. He said, I'm going to have no mercy on them. That's what her name, the Lo, is for no. Y'all see that? That's what it's for. Lo, Rakam, meaning I'm going to have no mercy on them. See, every one of these kids came along and there was something they're going to watch in their face. They were going to be an ox for them, which is a sign. They're going to look at one, Jezreel, let them know, I'm going to avenge it. He done came back up. Let them know, this coming back up again. And I'm going to break the bow. And another one I want you to have, and it's about, and I want you to name her name, Lo Rakam. I won't have no mercy. Let them know, and it's going to be without remedy on you. There's a couple of things I need you to pay attention to since we're him. Like I said, we just following this together, okay? So now, I want you to call her name. Think about when these people call her name, they already know what her name means. Unlike us, guessing and figuring. And this is the thing, everybody's name was symbolism. So why would her name be low? Why would her name be no mercy? Who would name their child no mercy? And they already know that Husha was a Nabal. He wouldn't definitely name his daughter his Bath or his being a name that he didn't get from Yahuwah. So they already know that means trouble for them. First of all, he had a wife, this Ish that he made, his Isha, and she was a harlot. So now with this harlot, he's sitting here, he having these kids, and he's naming them after things that he's going to come back, and he's going to come back, and he's going to bring the sword back on these people. One of them name is sow, and they already know what happened when you sow. You waiting on the harvest. You got one kid named Sow. You got another kid called No Mercy. And you saying this stuff gonna come back up on her. So with Yasharal, this in their mind, they dreading this. Because everybody knows this can't be good. One kid named Sow and the daughter name is No Mercy. What is he getting ready to do to us now? Let's see. Come on.
I shall have
not. For I shall not again. Which meaning what? Have compassion on the Beth of who?
Yasharal still.
No more. See why this started to make sense? When you start to come out Yasharil, and then you start talking about breaking the boy Yasharal, and for us, you know we got to look at, this wouldn't make sense. He couldn't possibly do it to Yasharal and do that. I'm going to show you how he's going to do it. So I kill they one save, I won't save. Okay? For listen, for I shall not again have compassion on the Beth of
Yasharal still.
Meaning I had it all the way up until this point. I've had it all the way up until this point, but they hadn't recognized it. See, every time Yasharal been getting corrected, thing happened, Yasharal felt like they fallen from Recon. But he said, I'm going to show these people. This is the best way to show them. He said, I'm not going to do it anymore still. So anybody hearing this is going to be like, I didn't think he had it on us in the first place. You mean it's going to get worse than this? Let's see how that happened. Come on.
But I would completely take them away.
What? Look, hold on, come back. What it going to be?
Completely.
Completely.
Take them away.
Which means what? Hands. Tell me, what you got? What you got? Shattered to pieces? Do what? I can hear you. It getting worse and worse. Yeah, all right, what you saying? Tell me, I'll help you out. Come on. Get put to pieces. They get shattered to pieces. What you gonna say? He gonna scatter them? What, when you look at him talk about, come back down. It's for me reading. But I will completely take them away. Before I've been leaving some. I want this time. I'm gonna completely get rid of them. Like, why would you say I would completely get rid of them? You only make that statement because I've been leaving some. So you had to pay attention to key things that people say. Certain things people say let me know it's something you get ready to do that hadn't been done. You typically don't do this. But see, you gotta remember in the chastisement Ra Shyth, they always felt like Yahuwah been against them. But now he let them know we're gonna do the no recon. I'm gonna show you how this is gonna work. Okay? Come on.
But I shall have compassion on the Beth of Yehuda.
See that? What are you gonna do?
And deliver them by Yahuwah their all, and shall not deliver them by bow, by sword, by battle, by horses, or by horsemen.
Listen.
Now, when she had weaned, lo, Rakama, she conceived and gave birth to a Ben.
Let me hear this one. Come on.
And he said, Kara Hishem, lo ami, for you are not my arm, and I shall not be for you.
See? Guess what we just killed? Once saved, always saved. See, the only way to do this, I was going to completely cut them off. I can't do that to you. I can't turn around and have no recon. That makes no sense. See, the only way to do it, I have to disinherit you. That's why he let them know about God. I had to disinherit them. So now he done came along and let them know the only way I'm going to get away to be able to avenge this and come and I'm going to destroy Yasharal and scatter them. First of all, that means I'm going to have no mercy. Secondly, you ain't going to believe it. You ain't my people. So since you're not my people, guess what? I cannot have mercy on you. But see, when it's his arm, guess what?
Have recon.
Gotta have recon. So it allowed them to understand the state of what they were in, just like we do. We'll mumble and grumble and complain about our state till it get worse, and you realize we really had it good.
That's right.
You really had it good. A lot of times we mumble and grumble, and you don't realize when I turn around and I have no mercy on you, when I say you're not my people and you see what I do to you without remedy, you'll realize I had recon on you.
Yeah.
You see that? I had recon on you. But guess what these people learn? This is how I'm going to do it to you. Mm-hmm. Now, let's see what else will happen. That's the end of that. We'll go to 2. Well, don't worry about that. Don't go to 2. Go to, see, it's the 11th chapter of the book of Romans. We'll start at 7. 11 and 7. Probably gonna work with 9 a little bit too. Let's see. I ain't got long. Okay. Listen.
Now, what is it? Yasharal has not obtained what it seeks, but only those who are elected obtain it, and the rest are hardened in their lob.
Y'all see that? They talking about what Yasharal went after and tried to obtain. Let me say that 7th verse. Now what is it? Question. Yasharal has not obtained what it seeks, but only those who are
obtain it.
And the rest are
hardened in their laws.
Now that purpose, hands. How we gonna do this? I got a hand back down. He beat you out. Come on, Dwight. Pharaoh. You can look at that. Oh, you wanna try to do it twice? Seriously? Come on, man. When y'all heard me say, hey man, come on back again, man. Kick up. What do you think this is? Jeopardy? Hold on, I got somebody had their hand up before you. Who else? Bosh, what you gonna say? The blind man? The blind man? He got baptized? I'm sorry, I can't hear you saying. Oh, okay, the 9th chapter book of Yahuchanan. He's telling him, I tell you what I look at. Come back and get another bit, man. That man said give you a check. You know that?
How did I say that?
What you said?
I said get him out of that site.
Oh, get him out that site. What you gonna say for him? The Talmudim? The Talmudim, he didn't choose them, they chose them. Well, look at, right quick, the 12th chapter of the book of Yahuchanan, 1238. Yahuchanan. Should be 1237. Yahuchanan, they call John 1237. 37. Listen.
There were many acts that he did in their own, but despite this, they did not aman in him.
Y'all hear that? So what happened?
This was to fulfill the debar of Yashayahu the Nabi that Yahuwah said, who has aman our report, and to whom was the arm of Yahuwah revelated.
Go ahead.
For this reason, they were not able to aman.
Why?
Because again, Yashayahu said.
You hear that? For this reason, they were not able to aman. Because Yashayahu said.
He has blinded their own and has hardened their lob.
Oh.
Or else they may see with their own.
And do what?
And their lobs may understand, and they may return, and they shall be healed.
See that? So this is what we're looking at when he was talking about what Yasharal had, what they sought after, they didn't obtain, but the elected got it. Just like Yehuda. Yehuda didn't have no choice, and he elected them. That's how we were also getting to see the continent favor he showed to them. He just said he was going to cut off Yasharal. But he said, but not Yehuda. He said, I'm going to deliver them. It won't be by boat. All these things he wasn't going to do to them. So we were getting to see Khan, and we were getting to see election. I chose Yehuda over Yasharal. I chose the younger over the elder. This is the same thing Yaakov did. He had Leah and he had Regal. Who he chose? He chose the younger one. That's what he elected. He was giving Leah. He didn't want Leah. I chose her. I was giving her. Y'all got it? So now we're starting to look at election. There was a reason. You recall had attributes. That's why he chose her. He started looking at attributes that Yehuda had, the reason he chose her. And he rejected her older sister. And then he started letting us know it was according to elections. None of us woke up and made the choice to actually do this. It was according to election. See, people seek after this all the time. That's why people seek, leave, and won't come back. Some will seek, leave, and come back. Some will never even come and find it. And you know why? He said, because I hardened their heart. Mm-hmm. I hardened their law. And look, Yasharal seeking. Mm-hmm. They seeking. He said they didn't get it. He said the elect found it. But he let you know. He said, and the rest, their laws were hard. See? Come on back to the 11th chapter. 11 and 8. The book of Rome. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
All we're doing is following along, showing you a pattern.
Yeah.
Come on. 11 and 8. Come on, my time.
Yes, sir. As it is Katab, Alahym has given them a ruach of deep sleep.
See that? And what else?
Not to see.
Not to see.
And ears not to shama.
Look at that.
Until this Yom.
See, to when?
This Yom.
The time of him writing. You can see the still today of people.
Yes, sir.
A Yasharal that won't be recovered.
That's right.
When he wrote at that time, when it was written during the time, he let them know. He said they still can't see it. He gave it to them. That's a lot of time y'all might look at your financial status, your relationship status, and other things. Don't you know what you're getting now? You couldn't compare that to no money you'll ever get. If people got money, they're going to lose it. What you going to do with that money and you got to run for your life?
That's true. That's true.
What you got to do for that run, for that, and you got to look at, you still got to meet Mosh Pot.
That's right.
When you got the understanding he gives you to be able to lock in on this at home and get but not the understanding, and then know how to halak, that's a big difference.
That's right.
Because people read, it's people that are avid readers and they lost. I'm telling you, listen, he just shed the They read and they might, listen, how y'all think these people, a lot of these cults use the same book we read.
That's right.
They don't write their own book. They use the same one you read.
That's right.
And when they look at it, it looks just to right at what you're saying. They said, my way just to right is your way. And that's what he gave. He told, I closed their own. and not harden their laws. For us, he allowed. That's called con. None of us obtained it. Come on. Come on, Chris.
And Daoud says, let their table become a snare and for a trap and for a stumbling block and for a recompense to them.
See that? This is what he said to Yasharal. Daoud said, let your table become a snare.
That's right.
And a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense. Let it come right back up on you. Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
This is what Daoud said. Can you imagine that? Yo Malak said this. Let their table be a snare. We saw that in about the 26th chapter of the book of Bamot, they called Numbers. You had to go and get it. That's how Balaam, that's the last time he made you fall. You sat down with them and you ate from their sacrifice. He said, let your table be a snare and a trap and a stumbling block. You know, a stumbling block, that make you fall.
That's right.
That man said, listen, he made it where you can fall.
Goodness.
That's what Daoud said. And you know, he's not talking about it. No, let's talk about white people. Come on, let's talk about white people. Let's talk about how these white people need to burn and go. This man talking about you falling. He talking about you. This is Daoud, a man out here on law.
That's
said,
right.
let your table be a snare and a trap, and let it be for a stumbling block. And what did he say to him? And let it be for a recompense.
That's
you gotta
right.
pay for what you've done. We got to pay for what we've done. You know what? Let me say, y'all don't know what happened, do you? He talking about Yahushua.
Yes, that's right.
Well, in the book of Alahym, we asked a question. We said, could Yahuwah prepare a table in Bamot Bar?
Right.
That's the wilderness. You
Wilderness.
know what a wilderness have? Trees.
That's right.
You know what the blind man said? I see men as trees.
That's right.
See, when he put him, you know, they said when you see a food, when you see that table, all that folk, what they say? They didn't even pay attention. That's why he was out there. He was a stumbling block and a snare and a trap. That's what he did. It became a snare to him. He told us. Why would he sit down and tell them people that his body was meat and his dome was drink? What would that be called? Food.
Dinner.
That'd be a food.
That's right.
Where you typically put food at?
On the table.
That's why they had him on the table.
That's right.
That'll be your table. You go back and you look in your Torah, and you go back and you look, probably 25, 26. It'll start describing the table to you. It'll tell you about the feet of the table. Hello? People don't really do the table like that's amazing. Because you know your daddy said at the what part of
Head of the
how
table.
a table got a head?
That's right.
How a table get a head?
That's right.
Y'all ever heard of the head of the table?
Yes, sir.
That's why you don't want to play with him. He's much too smart. He's
That's
much
right.
too slow to catch on to things. See, they didn't realize when he did it, because they asked the question, but that's what they asked in Alahym, could he prepare a table in the wilderness? They were looking for a literal table out there. And they realized he showed them, I can. You just didn't pay attention. That's why he had all the people there. The man told you, I see men as trees. Hello? Okay. Let's see what happened. Come on, finish up. Come on.
Yes, sir. Let their be kashak, not to see, and let bend their backs always.
Come on.
I say now, have they stumbled in order to fall?
Uh-oh.
Let it not be.
So he said, let it not be. What
But
happened?
by their transgression,
By their who?
transgression,
Tell them what happened.
Yeshua has come to the Guim.
You see that? That's how he got to elect some others. And that's based off of when we heard when he invited them all to come to his supper.
That's right.
And when the people that were invited didn't come, what did he do?
Made light of it.
And he told them to go in the highway and
Yes,
compel
sir.
others.
Yes, sir.
Why you think he sent at the first when you pay attention with the Shalachim, they call the apostle?
Yes, sir.
He sent them only to the lost sheep of Yasharal.
That's right.
Then he said, you're gonna be witness in the uttermost part.
That's right.
Guess why? Because he had blinded their They couldn't see. And now he needed his bed to be full. So now he compelled them to go and call everybody in.
Right.
That's called election.
That's
I
right.
chose you because of them. They failed.
Right.
But he let you know now they hadn't fallen. He didn't do that they should fall and be broken. Come on.
But by their transgression,
But by-
Yeshua has come to the Guim
That's
for the
how those
sake
people get
of their
saved.
jealousy.
You see that? And it's also for the sake of their jealousy. So now he's going to use two things on them, okay? By him choosing other people, it's going to provoke them to jealousy.
Right.
Listen.
Now, if their transgression is to riches of the Alahym,
See that? If their transgression is to the riches of the Alahym,
and their failure is to the riches of the Goyim,
and to the riches, to the Goyim, to the nation,
the fulfillment is one by one more and more.
So now, now their transgression is to riches of the Alahym, and their failure is to the riches of the Goyim, to the nation, and the fulfillment is one by one more and more. I mean, he's gonna try to count them recovering. I don't know why he wrote it like that. I don't know what he's trying to do. Yeah, okay. Which I know trying to say they fulfillment. I just don't like the way he wrote it. Sometimes folks do. Basically talking about, where you want to come back and look at this. This is what you want to remember now. They failed. Transgression missed the mark, correct?
Right.
So they missed the mark. The Alahym got the opportunity.
Right.
And then they failed. Failure is to the riches of to the Gentile, which is to the nations. That's to all the nations, right?
Right.
This is through their failure and their transgression. Now he asks you a question. What you finna think when they fulfillment? Because he also told you when you learned that he called them Lo Amin, he came back later, he said, and then I'm gonna call them Amin.
That's right.
Which is my people.
My people, that's right.
So you got all this now through their failure, through their fall, through their failure. That's how you got it. He said, what you think gonna happen when these people turn back?
Gonna be cut off.
See, he used all your Torah to get them back. He chose every other name, gave every other Goyim an opportunity through their failure. It was purpose. Now, look how you all caught in, just like Yahushua. Look at this now. Yahushua failed. Notice what they followed the pattern. Yahushua failed just like Yasharal, which gave the whole Alahym opportunity to come. Now we look at the fulfillment. What's finna happen when he come back?
Wrap this thing up.
He gonna kill these people. What you think gonna happen when the fulfillment, when these people come back and they take their rightful place? And guess how you gonna get them back? Through jealousy.
That's right.
That was part of your Torah. He used jealousy. See, once we saw another Goyim take on our behavior, and once we saw them getting recognition by our Alahym, and we saw him baraka them like we used to get, we coming back in for our hand.
Right.
I don't know in the world they getting that.
Right, right.
Man, them fake jokers ain't finna get that. I'm
Right.
coming back in and take my place. See, your jealousy.
Right.
And you know what your jealousy gonna do? Just like Asu was. He told him, after he get through bereavement over his daddy, he gonna kill
you. That's right.
That's how what y'all think Yahushua gonna do when he come back home?
Kill.
He killing these people. It's important for you to know. But see, he just told you in a way that most people too dumb. They're gonna say, that means we gonna get more baraka. You can't be that stupid. Cause when the man come back here, he killing.
Yes,
he
sir.
No baraka. It's just like Bishop said, he ain't coming back for no grace and no repentance.
That's right.
That man he come back for judgment.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all see that?
Yes,
Come
sir.
on. Let's see what he told us. Come on. 13. I gotta get ready to get out of here.
For I am speaking to you, the Goyim, and according to my pa, I am a shalak of Goyim. I kabul my shara.
Which I'm thinking the King James side magnify my office, which means he makes it enlarged. Come on.
Perhaps I may
14.
Perhaps I may be to provoke the bani of my arm to jealousy and to save some of them.
See what they did? See, that jealousy was gonna cause someone to come back.
That's right. That's right.
Y'all see that?
That's right.
So his provoking or causing them to become jealous was to get them back. Think about it. We're trying to figure out, first of all, how many Shala King did he have? Yahushua have? That's tight. You said 11? 12. Now we got Shaul. He made how many? So we're trying to figure this whole thing out. Where the 13 came from? He just said, he told you now, he got an office too. He told you in the day, in 2:16 of Romans, while Alahym should judge the secrets of unashamed. He said, according to my good news. He said, according to what I preach. Now, he told the 12 that they were going to sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes.
That's right.
He declared that he going to judge you according to what I taught.
That's right.
That's what Shaul told you.
Yes, sir.
And you ain't going to believe it. That's going to piss 12 off.
That's right.
12 is pissed. Because 12 trying to figure out what happened, how did 13 get started. I guess it's hard for y'all to see. I don't know why. You look in the 7th chapter you look in the 7th chapter of the book of Kazum, you will clearly see he told you he took 144,000. How you get 144,000, Dave? Help me mathematically. 12? 12 divided or times 12?
12.
12 times 12. So 12 Shalakim over 12 tribes, he's taking 144. That's amazing. Because then you can understand, I see another group. Said nobody could number. Now, how many is going to be? Now, you got 144 because you took 12 out of every one of those other tribe number top. That's going to cover it. But then he clearly told you that I saw another group which nobody could number. They don't know what they're doing. It's not hard. Come on, see what he told you what he did. 16.
For if their rejection is the reconciliation.
That's what he's trying to tell you. See, pay attention. If their rejection is the reconciliation of the alarm,
therefore, what shall their acceptance be, if not Kaif from the moot ones?
So he's trying to ask you what their acceptance is going to be. Life from the dead? Life from the dead ones? Come on.
For if the fruitful be Kodash, the lump is Kodash like him.
You hear what he's saying? The lump going to come out from it?
I'm sorry.
He said the fruit is Kodash.
First fruit, yeah.
When the lump be too, what come out in the middle of it? Wouldn't it be Kodash like him? Hello? Hold on for a minute. If I take the fruit and you say the fruit Kodash, what's on the inside of fruit not? It's got to be Kodash. He tell you if the fruit, if the power is Kodash, how is the lump on the inside not Kodash? Come on.
And if the root is Kodash,
I ain't gonna tell him what happened.
the branches are Kodash like him.
So he said the branches the same way. It don't make sense. How the root gonna be Kodash and the branches not? Hello? They all connect. Come on.
But if some of the branches were broken off,
Pay attention. But if some of the branches were broken off,
and you, being a wild olive, were grafted in among them and connected to the root of the olive ox,
tell them what happened.
and to its soil,
Come on.
do not boast against the branches. And if you boast, know that you shall not bear the root, but the root bears you.
You see that? He's trying to tell you about your connection. So what you do is you take this, and if you break it off, and you take something else that wild, that not and connect it to it, and if this is Kodash and this is the root, wouldn't that make what you connected Kodash?
That's right.
That's
yeah.
all he did to the other that he elected.
That's right.
See, when Yasharal fell out, he used the symbolism of just breaking it off. And you take something else, that's where you get the word engrafting. It means to join two things together. That's what he did. He took it. That's what you find out when you find the Kato Sarah. When you find it, that's actually two pieces that you made a whole piece. That's not one piece. It became, he'd say, take two. You took two, and he said, and make one. That's the same thing Adam told you. He said the two should be one. So all he did, it took it. He said he took something that was wild, that was not even from the natural. It didn't even come from the root. Nor was it connected to the branch, and connected to the branch that they joined together. He said, wouldn't that make it Kadash if the root is Kadash?
That's right.
And if the tree and the stump is Kadash, when the branch is Kadash and it connect to the branch, wouldn't that make it Kadash?
That's right.
See, on the Torah, that because people got a problem with Goyim being Kadash, being like Yasharal and being Yehuda.
Yeah.
Because they Gentiles. I don't see how they can do it. But these diamonds go take stuff and graft them together all the time.
All the time.
You going on a motorcycle and skin, sometimes they might get your skin from somewhere else.
That's right.
The skin, that's right. And they join together. And what you gonna say? This ain't my skin? They said something in your body. That don't make common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm here, but it's connected because it's gonna connect the cells, and those cells, the blood, they're gonna have to feed that skin in order for it to stay alive. Because it accepted it. The reason it connected, and why I took it, that means it accepted it. See, that's how Yahuwah let you know it's accepted. Because it's grafted. Nature has favored it and said, I accept. Sometimes you can try to join something together, nature won't accept it.
Mm-hmm.
That's called election. I choose not to. I'm telling you, grass can grow on a tree. And you can see a tree, grass won't grow on it. They say I got to kill it, won't then grow on it, because nature give it favor. Go watch every tree. Every tree ain't butt naked up on the bottom.
It's true.
You try to figure why. And some of you got to kill it. Nature favor it.
It's true.
When you go to grab, that's what he's trying to show you. If I took it and I mended it together and it's dead and it's growing, he said, listen, you can't call that common or unclean. They would tell Cup because I grafted them in. How you gonna say if the root is Kudash, they're gonna and the branch of Kudash, and they connect to the branch? How can they not be apart? Listen what he told you.
If you shall say, the branches shall not break, so that I might be grafted in. Yes, the thing that they were broken off in, which they did not amon.
See that? That's how it was broken out, because they didn't amon. Listen.
And you stand by the amunah, do not be proud, but yara.
See, that's what I try to tell y'all. Remember I just said with all this stuff going on, I said you need to be considering.
That's right.
I'm considering every day. See, a lot of us sit around and people try to take their claim. So if you take that and you graft it in, are we going to still call it grafted in, or we're going to just call it part of the branch?
Part of the branch.
That's what we're going to say. So that's why he tried to tell you in that same book of Ephesians that you know more foreigners and strangers.
That's right.
He said you were fellow citizens. And see, people got a problem with that, but I don't know why. Because once you graft it in and grow together, it's a part of it at this
That's
point.
right.
See that? He said, but you fellow citizen and of the household.
That's right.
I mean, you're part of the mishpachah. And are built upon the
Yes,
foundation.
sir.
That's the root.
Yes, sir.
He went back to the root. See, the foundation is the root. That's why I started you got to have a root. Hello?
That's right.
You got to have a root. Isn't that right? It makes sense. And if folks pay attention, that's why he's trying to tell you, yes, the things that were broken off in which they did not amon. That's why you need to be scared. And you stand by amunah. Do not be proud, but you need to fear.
Yes, sir.
Because you had nothing to do with this. You were chosen.
That's right.
You was elected. You didn't choose it. None of us chose it. We were elected. That's the scary part. Because our dumb, stupid mind was trying to do something else.
Yeah.
He called some dumb, stupid people. That's what he tried to tell. He told us that. He said, man, I'm going to call her dumb people. Listen, we were dumb.
Dumb.
How many of us did dumb stuff?
Just dumb.
Who picked dumb people? Who going to say, man, I'm going to pick somebody dumb to make them smart? What you say? They too dumb.
Yeah.
He said, I took them. That's why you need to be scared.
That's right.
These people had intelligence, and he rejected them.
Yeah.
He picked the dumbest of people to save. Mm-hmm. Okay, go figure.
Yeah.
Come on, finish this up.
For behold, the Alahym did not spare the natural branches of the ox. Perhaps he shall not spare you also.
That's why you need to fear. Who we going to look at? Hands, quick, hand. Good, Adam. He cut him right off. What y'all think the part of what he did, why he put him out? He cut him off. Adam was a branch. He cut him off. Why you think he put a sword right there swinging? He cut the man out, put him out the gun. What was in the gun? Trees, everything that grew, the fruit, he cut him off. He didn't even spare him. He didn't like come back, visit for Father's Day, come back for Mother's Day, come hang out for Christmas, Easter. You couldn't come back. I cut off the natural branch. Y'all know good way you ain't supposed to be him. That's why I get on y'all. It irritates me that you can be so casually committing qatar when you ought to told, the man told, you ought to fear. I cut the natural branch off. Y'all just keep doing stuff like, I'm owed this. Listen, you playing with somebody who's strategic, okay? This is not hard to kill you guys. All I have to do is disinherit you. When I disinherit you, all bets out. Pull that Abraham just got. First of all, you can't pull that stuff, me, because you're not a people. Everybody can't pull that. You're only pulling that because you're saying he is the Abba of you by amunah. You don't believe, so you can't use that. You see what I'm saying? He just told you why those branches were broken off. They don't connect to Abraham. Abraham, among Alahym, it was accounted him to Sadiq. These people was accounted to Rosha. They were counted to be disinherited because they didn't believe. Y'all don't believe either. A lot of y'all don't. Again, favor. That's why I ought to scare you. You read some people and get, you know what happened? They were sitting here, they got a chance to learn this. They wouldn't be the stupid fools y'all are. I'm talking the one that do what you do. There's no way nobody learn this and be a stupid fool. We make common sense. That man cut the man tell you, listen. Back up again. 21. For behold, Alahym did
not
spare the
natural branches
of the tree. Why would you not? Why? The branch that go, why?
Right.
It goes to the tree. Why would you cut that off?
They bad.
That goes to the tree. Listen, I had no pity on the branch that goes to the tree. Cut that thing off. That's not looking like, you just cut that off, that go with the tree. Perhaps he will not spare you also. He's talking about the one been grafted in. That's why you need to fear. The natural branch is messed up, he cut them off. You are implant. You be a fool to keep doing what you do. That's what he's trying to tell you. You much too stupid. Y'all play a game with somebody too calculated. You know what the sad part is? You learning something now he already knew. You talking about somebody he said according, and he has chosen us at him before the foundation. Don't you know this was already pre-planned? That I'm going to get me a GUI, that I'm going to count, that's going to be Talmud complete. See, all these people that came through and failed, none of these people threw his plan off. Your failures hadn't hurt him one time. It just showed more to your stupidity. It's bad. Come on for a second. I'm not. I'm not. I'm finna get ready to knock the piss out you. What you finna do? Get what stupid them do. Man, what happened? Man, what's going on? Man ain't got the man telling he gonna knock out, you too stupid to move. Too stupid. The man here showed you right there. Why wouldn't you duck? Why would you not change, people? I just told you, if I didn't spare the natural branch, you not afraid of me? That's all. You're not scared of me when you heard I cut off my own son? I did this twice before your face. I cut my own son off, and you will play with me? Both of these boys were my inheritors. You're nobody. I just chose you, and you will play with me? Y'all much too dumb. Much too dumb. Y'all scare me. I do so much polite because it's like, at what point does your senses kick on and say, I can't keep playing with this? This ain't nothing I earned.
That's right. That's right.
That's something he giving me, and he took it from somebody else who he didn't spare. And listen, undeserved is an understatement. To say that almost as an insult. I don't deserve it. I can't even use that. It's too simple. I'm way off from getting it. And yet he took me and gave it to me, and I'm reading about people. One time, how many times I don't say, man, if I could have got 10 times, I guarantee I'd have started at the first one. He's the only, I guarantee if he get Adam the second time, he'd never messed up. Y'all don't know how many times I got, do you? That's what's scary. That's what's scary. If that man could have got a second time, he probably walked in the mouth. He probably never would have messed up again. Dawood didn't do it but one time. What, one time, second time, what'd he do? He said, I'm good. One medal.
That's it.
One medal. When he got recalled, that man spared him.
That's it.
He said, listen, my name ain't coming up no more.
That's it.
Not going again that I know you said to do. What's our problem? What's our problem? What's our problem? Scary. He told you, you gotta feel. He said that's where it started. You gotta feel. Man, you dealing with somebody too calculated. You mean tell me that man cut these guys off so he'll let me know, you know you supposed to be dead, right? The natural branch, I cut them off. I disinherited them. I told them they weren't even my people. How you think they had to feel to hurt? Think about this. You ain't nobody like off. The man talks through the people with you. Your people have evidence of coming out. Y'all have odd signs and wonders. And that man cut y'all off. We have no signs and no wonders. Other than wondering, how in the world did I get an opportunity to get this? Come on. He wants you to see something. What does he want me to see?
See then the tube and sharpness of Alahym.
Other one tell you severity. He said a sharpness, because you look at cutting. Severity. Of who?
On those who fail sharpness. But to you, his tube, if you continue in his tube, and if not, you also shall be cut off.
That continue going to put you at the noon. That means you're going to be the seed. You're going to have to be a seed to continue. That's the only way the new continue, a seed. If I eat something, I get to the end of it, and I want some more, there ain't no more of it, then I got a seed. Then that give me a chance again to be able to have it again. And that's what he's trying to give you. He gave you a seed, so you have an opportunity to be able to replant again. You can grow again. See, they didn't get that. Listen, that sharpness of him cutting them down and what those people went to and disinherited them, y'all ain't gonna believe it. Man, that show was good. Listen, I can glory in their fall. You know why? That's the only way I could have got in. I guarantee I ain't finna be down there crying to myself, oh, why they had to fall? That's unfair. So you know what? You right. Don't make sense for you to be in. I appreciate you for saying that. Not me. And I had nothing to do with it. Ain't no, man, I should be getting, I don't know how. Why I'm gonna be crying, my goodness. Also, if I wind up, I win some money, what I'm crying? You know the only way, just like the lottery. You know how somebody win $1 billion? And they be crying because they say, I'm good, what I do, $1 billion. They fall with my riches. Those people getting cut off, that became my riches. I don't know what, I be letting, what the hell the kids do? Because they don't have no teacher. When you don't have a teacher, you got to be stupid. His fall became our riches. There was no other way to get you in unless he cut him off. Why y'all think he told you the man was hanging on a tree? You know what was hanging on a tree? Fruits, branches. So you know what he did? Why y'all think they took him down? You had to cut him off. People ain't got no better sense. They don't have no better sense. They don't even know why they put him on the tree. He told you how he see men.
That's ox.
And wow, he wound up putting the man on the ox. And then he cut him off, showing you I broke one of the branches. That's how you got in. So now you got to see the goodness and the sharpness, which is the severity of Alahym on those who fell short. That's how it was. That was the severity of those who fell. To you, his tool, his goodness. If you continue in the goodness, you got to continue in the con.
Right.
You can't just say, I got it, then commit qatar.
Right.
I mean, qatar, that's your problem. Your mind is set on still doing wrong, believing that you obtain something and you doing wrong and still doing. You can't obtain it doing wrong.
That's right.
You obtain it by stop doing wrong.
That's right.
It don't make sense to give it to you if you're wrong when I cut other people off when they were wrong.
Right.
It makes sense I cut off some people wrong to provoke you to do right.
Right.
So you can become the inheritor through their fall.
That's right.
It don't make sense to let you keep doing wrong and I cut them off from doing wrong. I'm trying to let you see con is my severity, my punishment, the those that go against my debar. But you people are not conscious. Continue goes with the noon, the seed, the sun. Now you become an heir. Take a seed, put it in the ground. The seed comes from whatever the fruit or pari or whatever it came from. Once it put in the ground, it becomes an heir because now it get ready to inherit its own state. See, before it was a part of another state, now it takes on its own estate. That's how you looked at heir. That's how they understood about inheritance. Hello? Okay? The seed followed the same pattern as the fruit. Okay? He told you that he could do nothing of himself, but as he seen the Father, even like what? Basically, you looking at the seed follow the same trait. Apple seed can't come out and say, you know what? Man, I'm sick of this junk, man. I'm finna be an orange. It can't. It don't know how to be an orange. All they can do is follow the pattern. It can't deviate in any way. That's what I'm trying to tell you about the sun. This is why it has a problem with you guys saying that you are the big name of Alahym, because there is no way for a seed to go a different way than where it came from. It can't do it. That's why he couldn't do anything. He said, my own myself, I can do nothing. The only way to get him to do something else, you would have to gender him with something else. That's why you were told about not crossing and mixing. There is no way for a seed on its own to go unless someone gendered it. That's why he questioned Satan about their behavior. There's no way they should have broke away unless someone gendered this. That's why he has a problem with all these teachers. These people, that's the only way for them to do it. When the people built the golden calf, he came out and he started talking to the people in the group about what they did. Who he talked to? What did he tell Aharon he did? Caused the people to what? Why the people couldn't err on their own? Why did Yeshayahu told you at 9:16 that the leaders of their people caused them to do what?
Yeah.
And they that are led of them. That's why he pissed with these leaders. Because the leaders he says, no way you can do this on your own. When he told you, who told you were naked? I never told you that. You couldn't know no more than what I taught you.
That's right.
But I know my mom. They know so much stuff. I know many styles. That's why they don't realize that's your error. You know too much.
That's right.
You can't fool with him. He looked at he said the teacher called these people the error.
Mm-hmm.
I tell y'all everything. Everything I don't want them to watch nobody. It's not that. It's too scary.
That's right.
All you need to do is get something and get off. You got to be careful. I don't eat from everybody. I don't watch none of these folks. I ain't watching them. It's a lie from the pits of Sheol. I don't watch these people. And I know if people tell the truth, I just can't afford it. He said, if any come unto you and preach not this doctrine, and receive them not in your house, need a bit of Alahym speed. He said, he that bid him the speed, you partake of their deed.
That's right.
So I don't waste no time. Come on, man, I'm preaching the truth. I want you to check it out. I said, if you preach the truth, I'm the last person you need to be talking to. You need to be doing the work.
That's right.
I don't call nobody. I don't email nobody. All you got to do is put it up and show it. My name Tony Smith. I preach the truth, and I want you to check me out. Never happened. I don't owe no man no justification for what I'm doing. I got to answer to one man. If he gave it to you, you don't owe me one. That's why I tell you, I know when you sent me, I already know he ain't sent you. Because I know it don't make sense. You need to do the work. You ain't got no time to fool with me. You think I know he sent you to save me? He know. That's a waste of case. I ain't wasting no time with you. I'm too busy working. Get the people that going to be able to hear you. They ain't being funny. People do the work. Ain't no time for everybody trying to run around and prove. Preachers don't need to be preachers trying to prove nothing to each other.
That's right.
Your work going to prove you out.
That's right.
Your work going to prove you ain't got to run around telling I got to show Tony Smith. You ain't got to show me nothing. I got to say Tony Smith, I know Alahym ain't never told you to try to save me because he know I'm not listening. Just stop them. See, here you go right there. That old rebellious spirit. Your mama. So I just want y'all to say that. See then the goodness, the sharpness of Alahym on those who fail, sharpness. But to you, his tool, if you
Content.
got to be a seed. Y'all got it? That's
Yes,
two.
sir.
Appreciate you.